weather forecast is brought to you by Dickey's Barbecue. Their second location is now open at First and Grand.
Now we're starting to feel some of that heat coming back in after we just had some rain. Ian, do you think we're going to get any cold temperatures anytime soon?
Well, Kyle, not to spoil my forecast too much, but yes, it is coming up soon, but unfortunately we still have a few more days of this August heat going into the first week of September. On America's Mattress Live Tower, we have spare cloud here or there, but for the most part, we remain sunny, hot, and dry. 93 degrees right now, 10% humidity, of course. Surface moisture, upper level, it's all gone, and we're just heating up as the zone of high pressure sets back in. Listen, not exactly how we'd like to start off our September, but relief is coming pretty soon. 87 right now in Montrose with that 12% humidity. Nice look over the valley right now. And again, just sunny skies right now. That's really all we have to talk about in terms of our satellite and radar. I mean, only a little bit of interference on there. By the way, this isn't actually like there's rainfall in there. For those of you who didn't know at home, that's just interference with the radar. So really no rain at all here behind me. Our temperatures, of course, we've getting into those mid to upper 90s for many of us. Right now it's 91 in Paonia, in those mid 70s over in Gunnison and Aspen, Nucla 87, 87 in Montrose too. Look, I know we're sick of this heat and this dryness too. It's all pushed over all of us in the western United States, really. This big old block of orange and red right here behind me, it kind of gives more of a visual. We're just cut out from that monsoonal moisture. It's just really not what we typically see for the start of September. We'd like it to be a little bit drier, but you see our jet stream is just too far towards our east, and what that means for us is we're not getting access to any of those cooler temperatures, and our flow pattern really is just still coming up from the Gulf in the western coast of the United States behind me still. And over the next few days, it's not going to change too much, but we are going to start to see, once we head into the weekend, kind of a big shift coming up in our forecast. So of course, this zone of high pressure is not going anywhere anytime soon, but you're going to notice it start to stretch out a little bit as we head into the next few days. There's this really deep zone of low pressure in the eastern United States. It interacts with a little bit, but there's one thing in particular that we are really going to be keeping an eye on these next few days here, just kind of see where exactly it moves. And it's this right here, this little tropical disturbance coming up from the western and southwestern coast of the United States and Mexico. And this is potentially going to track up here through New Mexico. And if it does do that, that is really going to play with our forecast as we get into the weekend. One way or the other, though, I do expect some rainfall to come up, especially on Saturday and Sunday, but we still got a few more days till we get there. And so our future cast will show about what we expect. A whole lot of nothing. You'll see, spare upper level shower here or there in those more mountainous regions, but really we're not tapping into that moisture until we get into like Thursday evening. Throughout the day, not a lot, and then Thursday evening. This is 6 p.m. here down towards our south. You're starting to see those showers start to pop up, including some stronger thunderstorms possible. But for us here in Junction, Montrose Delta too, I really think that we start to see actual measurable rainfall here Friday. But Saturday is going to be our really big day for that rain and carrying it over a bit into Sunday. In terms of how much rainfall we're actually going to get, that is heavily going to depend on if that tropical disturbance ends up tracking all the way up through New Mexico towards us. Though if we don't see that, it's probably just going to be more widespread rainfall and a spare thunderstorm here or there. Similar to what we saw the previous week. 61 degrees will be our low. That's 3 degrees above average. Of course, heat sticking around from the rest of the day. 94 in Grand Junction tomorrow, 92 in Paonia, getting into those upper 70s and low 80s over the mountains. Then, of course, that sunshine is going to last forever. It's 95 on Thursday. And then we start to get into that midweek where that moisture returns here on Friday, Saturday, lasting through Monday. I think a spare sprinkle will be possible there. And then, of course, Montrose will look relatively similar. Thunderstorms could be embedded in there, getting in the mid to upper 70s over the weekend.